Dear students, I am Rukmini, Assistant Professor of Psychology, JFGC Vijayanagara, Bengaluru. Welcome to the session on Educational Psychology, Module 1, Session 2. In this session, I am explaining scope of educational psychology. The main learning objective is to understand scope of educational psychology. Students understand the scope of educational psychology in learning outcome. The scope of educational psychology. The scope of educational psychology is to study the behavior of the learners in relation to their educational environment. Educational psychology deals with the teaching and learning process and modification of learners' behavior in classroom setting. The scope of educational psychology can be extended to the following areas: the learner, the learning process, the learning experience, the learning situation, evaluation of learning performance, the teacher. The first one is the learner. Educational psychology acquaints us with the need of knowing the learner and deals with the techniques of knowing him well. Following are the topic studies are the innate abilities and capabilities of the individual and their measurements, the overt, covert, conscious as well as unconscious behavior of the learner, the characteristics of his growth and development at each stage beginning from the childhood to adulthood. The second one is the learning process. After knowing the learner and deciding what learning experience are to be provided, the emerging problem is to help the learner in acquiring this learning experience with ease and confidence. Educational psychology provides a suitable learning experience to bring out the desirable changes in the learners. Learning situation, it also deals with the environmental factors and learning situation. Topics like classroom, climate, and group dynamics techniques and aid which facilitate learning, evaluation technique and practice, guidance and counseling, etc., which help in the smooth functioning of the teaching learning process. The other scope is teaching situation. It suggests the techniques of teaching. It also helps in deciding what learning situation should be provided by the teacher to the learner according to his mental and physical age, his previous knowledge and interest levels. By describing the learner's characteristics, what teaching aid are appropriate for the particular subject can be decided. Evaluation of learning performance. Evaluation is a process of assessing the growth and development of the learner. Educational psychology suggests various tools and techniques for assessment and evaluation such as performance test, oral test, and written test. After the testing, results of the test are analyzed. Cause for poor performance, backwardness in any aspect of development is corrected by guidance and counseling in study habits, examination techniques, and learning styles. Last scope is the teacher. Educational psychology emphasizes the need of knowing the self for a teacher to play his role properly in the process of education. It throws light on the essential personality traits, interest, aptitude, the characteristic of effective teaching, etc., so as to inspire, help teacher handle the stress, conflict, and anxiety by giving insight into their own personality. Summary of this session: students learn about the scope of education